Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you all doing today on this beautiful, sunny Scottish Monday morning? I hope you're all doing well. Let's have a look and see who's here. We've got Rebecca from New York, Charles from Cotswolds. I bet the Cotswolds are beautiful today. I know you're having a bit of a heat wave in the south of England. Hi, Sheila from South Lanarkshire. Justine from Norwich, UK. That's where I went to university a long time ago. Hi, Linda, near Glasgow in Scotland. First time here. Oh, lovely to have you, Linda. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Maggie. Maggie's from Chester. Maureen's from Australia. Hi, Elsa, saying good morning from the Netherlands. Woudenberg. Steve sending love, light, and peace to all from Sussex. Got Regis in Switzerland, Leslie from Melbourne, Australia, Janet in Dorset, Sarah in Wiltshire, Cindy in Cheshire, Hemo in the Netherlands. Hello, hello. Jenny from Melbourne in Australia, Jutta from Northern Germany, and Issy from Taiwan. Amazing. And Carol a bit closer to home saying morning from Macclesfield. Lots more people just arriving today, and we have normally around over 100 people here. So it's lovely to have you all with us. So for those of you that are new, welcome. Findhorn is a spiritual community that has been going for just over 60 years in the northeast of Scotland at a point in its day when the founders first arrived here, it was pioneering. People hadn't heard of meditation. Or even kind of connecting to nature or being environmentally sustainable in the way that we have now. And it's become, of course, much more mainstream, although how we use and live those principles in daily life in order to live in a more harmonious way with the planet, I have a feeling we're still trying to figure out collectively as a species. It was founded by a mystic called Eileen Caddy. And this morning I'm going to read from her book called Opening Doors Within. She wrote a lot of books, and Eileen, as her friend Dorothy and husband Peter, they're the founders of the community. They're no longer living, but they all had a very devoted spiritual practice where they would spend a lot of time in silent meditation. And Eileen started to hear something called that she called the still small voice within. So the voice of God within, not the voice of the ego or the personality or the thoughts or the feelings that move through, but this wisdom that emanates from the soul, something that we all have access to. And someone put her teachings into a little bit of wisdom for every day of the year. So this morning, what we like to do every morning, every weekday morning, if you join us on Zoom, is read the contemplation for the day. And then I'll guide you into a 20 minutes or thereabout silent meditation where we learn to open our inner ears and practice what Eileen called inner listening. That was her term for resting in the silence and in this very deep receptive state so that we can hear the wisdom of our own soul. All right. And let me know how you found it if you're new afterwards. It'd be good to hear that. It's a non-denominational community, which means we don't teach or recommend a specific spiritual tradition or religion. We all come from all different practices and all walks of life. My particular practice is called Hridaya. I trained as a meditation teacher at a spiritual school called Hridaya, which means the spiritual heart. And that again takes the wisdom across various spiritual traditions, Christian mysticism, Sufism, Tibetan Buddhism, that all have the same thing in common, very similar to Eileen's teachings, or very complementary, which is that we all have access to this God within, and the portal to that is through our heart. So if you have meditated with me before and you wonder why I often give that as a direction, then that's why. I think there's more wisdom in our cultural language and the way that we use the word, the heart, returning to the heart, home is where the heart is, to thine own heart be true, points to this ineffable wisdom that the heart isn't just this organ in the chest. It isn't just a place where we store our emotions, although we do that too. It's not just a chakra or an energy center, but in this place in the body is the gateway to our divine soul. All right, so Finding a comfortable sitting position, rolling your shoulders back, neck nice and long, chin parallel to the floor, feet flat on the earth, palms resting upwards in your lap, or I always suggest resting the back of your right palm in the palm of your left hand and touching the thumb tips together and then resting them in your lap. It's a good sacred hand gesture for meditation. And if you're somewhere safe to do so, I invite you to close your eyes. And let's just take a moment to arrive into the space together. Notice any sounds or noises or movements around you. Just let them drift away and draw your senses slowly inwards. Imagining you bringing all of your energy back into your body so that you're very present behind the eyes, looking out through the eyes that are closed. And now taking a slightly deeper breath in through the nose and out through the nose, letting the body relax, any unnecessary tension or contraction just melting away. Another deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose, feeling any tension and contraction relax in the face, the neck muscles, the scalp. One more deep breath, filling the belly first. And out through the nose. And this time, when you reach the bottom of the breath, just let the breathing cycles soften and lengthen naturally now of their own accord, in and out through the nose. As we slow the breathing down, the mind quietens down. Letting our mind drift down, float down, all of our awareness resting down, dropping down into the heart space now, seeing if you can bring your awareness to the middle of the chest, a little to the right. We say this is the home of our spiritual heart, this divine portal to our ineffable, timeless presence within. Say this is the home of our spiritual heart, this divine portal feeling this sanctuary of the heart. A place of warmth and peace. Maybe you feel numbness, contraction, nothing, that's okay. Let everything be as it is, allowing everything, welcoming everything, but just taking a moment to rest here. And if thoughts or feelings arise, if body sensations niggle at you, just coming back again and again to this peaceful presence of the heart. This I am feeling, this feeling of the very aliveness of our presence. I am that. The great sage Ramana Maharshi invited people into self-inquiry to ask the question, who am I? And it's not a question to be answered literally. It's not a question to be answered by the personality or the ego. But every time thoughts, physical sensations or emotions start to try and pull you out of this place of rest and peace, you can also ask, who am I? Who am I really? Underneath all of that, and come back again and again, returning to this heart space, returning to this feeling of aliveness and peaceful presence within. Who am I? So Eileen's readings for today, June the 30th. Are you consciously aware of me and my divine presence? Do you wake up each day with a song of love and gratitude in your heart? Are you ready for whatever the day may bring, knowing that it will be a wonderful day because I go before you to prepare the way? Do you expect the very best to come out of this day and see everything falling into place perfectly? Can you see all the beauty and wonder in the world, or do you find yourself concentrating on the chaotic state the world is in, bemoaning the fact that humanity is the cause of it? Realize that without faith you cannot live this life, for it is by faith that all things are made possible. It is by faith that you can do all things. But of yourself you can do nothing. Let me work in and through you, so all may come to know me and love me and want to walk in my ways and do my will. So allowing ourselves to rest, to steep in these words as we drift together into the silence of the heart. Resting in the heart. Who am I? Are you consciously aware of me and my divine presence? Do you wake up each day with a song of love and gratitude in your heart? Are you ready for whatever the day may bring, knowing that it'll be a wonderful day because I go before you to prepare the way? Do you expect the very best to come out of this day and see everything falling into place perfectly? Can you see all the beauty and wonder in the world, or do you find yourself concentrating on the chaotic state the world is in, bemoaning the fact that humanity is the cause of it? Realize that without faith you cannot live this life, for it is by faith that all things are made possible. It is by faith that you can do all things, but of yourself you can do nothing. Let me work in and through you so all may come to know me and love me and want to walk in my ways and do my will. All right, so filling up our hearts with appreciation and letting that radiate out to Eileen and all of the spiritual masters across traditions who have fought and died and persisted in passing down this truth to us of wisdom and love. Breathing in gratitude, appreciation, and radiating it out to each other. Thank you, thank you, thank you, all of you, for coming to share today and to create this group field of loving awareness. One more time, breathing in appreciation, gratitude, and letting it radiate out through our own body. Love for ourselves, grateful to us for taking the time to practice today. One more deep breath in through the nose, connecting the breath to the body. Wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, slowly becoming aware of the room around you. Attuning to this subtle, sacred vibration of the day, wherever it is you're being held in the day by something greater than ourselves. Slowly present behind the eyes and very gently in your own time, opening your eyes. Thank you, everyone. As Sheila's saying, great question. Who am I? Oh, thank you. You're all welcome. Maggie saying, thank you, Dominique. Thank you, Rudolph, for making this wonderful meditation. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Lots of love and blessings to you. Remembering faith. We can think in the Bible, it says we can do all things in Christ who strengthens us. It's a similar concept, whether or not you're Christian or want to think about the words of the Bible. It's the same thing, that we let go and let God. It's a kind of recurring theme, isn't it? We have to have faith. And when we look out at the world and it feels bleak and it feels chaotic and hopeless, remembering that we don't have to do it all by ourselves, that love is the greatest power, no matter what it may look like. And over time, it always wins. All right, sending you lots of love, everyone. Take care. Wishing you a beautiful week.